hear myself say, 3 minutes? Stop. Can you believe I'm actually doing Eric Bischoff's shtick? In the early 2000s, few words sent a shudder through the roster like the words 3 minutes, summoning the fearsome duo of Rosie and Jamal, collectively known as the 3-minute warning. Initially hired by the aforementioned Raw general manager Eric Bischoff to interrupt anything he didn't find to be entertaining.
You're just not entertaining me. 3 minutes are just about up.
The two instantly made their mark in WWE with their complete and total decimation of anyone that was targeted. Their formula was really simple. Two bruisers with surprising quickness who took pleasure in throwing opponents all around the ring with reckless abandon. And the trail of bodies left in their wake remains a testament to their devastation. Rosie, older brother of your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, and Jamal, who would in time develop his skills further and take the name of Umaga, were about instant gratification. They treated matches like a race, seeing how much damage they could fit into the shortest time possible.
The 3-minute warning with my brother and my cousin, it was just one of the coolest gimmicks of all time to me. It was catchy, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of knew what was happening. And I feel like we all remember when the 3-minute warning hit for the first time. You know, the whole Den TV area just lit up.
Every match was a train wreck, as the two would use their size to overwhelm most opponents, coupling that with incredible tag team maneuvers to increase the carnage to its maximum levels. That approach, maximizing damage while minimizing time, was a 3-minute warning signature. The team itself saw its run in WWE last for a little over a year, but in that time managed to make such an impression with the WWE Universe that it still resonates today. They are proof of the impact anyone can make if they capitalize on their opportunities, as 3-minute warning did every single time.
It was a short-lived gimmick, but it was a really cool gimmick, and I just think it shows the versatility of, hey, if you need us to go out there and tell you a Broadway story, I'll cover 2 hours if you like. But if you need us to come out in 3 minutes to make an impact, we can do that too. But you gotta be really good to be thrown in there with the very, very best in the industry. I'm getting all pumped and proud, you know, for my brother and my cousin right now, just thinking about it.
Here in the Wwe 2K25 showcase, we have selected another team that embodies the same mindset in Akub and Razor the AOP. Similar to Jamal and Rosie, these two look to inflict the most pain in the most efficient manner. Like 3-minute warning, AOP happily dispatches when summoned. Like 3-minute warning, AOP features two Goliaths who will hurl your body from pillar to post before finally bringing it all to a most painful conclusion. It's up to you in this Extreme Rules contest to beat the AOP to the punch and showcase the Wrecking Crew approach that made 3-minute warning the premier bruiser squad in all of WWE. And don't worry, we will give you more than 3 minutes to make that fact perfectly clear. As a matter of fact, take your time and enjoy dishing out the punishment.
AOP is here, ready to wreak havoc. And they want to prove 3-minute warning has nothing on them.
Two roughneck teams ready to use this Extreme Rules stipulation to the fullest. weight of 620 pounds, Akon and Razor, the authors of pain.
AOP look unintimidated by the task at hand. They are totally prepared for the merciless tandem of 3-minute warning. You know, there's actually a lot in common between these two teams in terms of tactics and physicality. And guys, the authors of pain now have 3 minutes.
And a combined weight of 770 pounds, Rosie and Jamal. 3-minute warning.
Authors of Pain versus 3-minute warning is a recipe for brutality and ruthless carnage.
And that's in a regular match, Cole. This is Extreme Rules. These two hit squads are going to tear each other apart. 3-minute warning made a career out of demolishing anyone who got in their way. Why would AOP be any different? Because that's exactly what AOP does too. They play the same game as 3-minute warning.
Here we go with AOP and 3-minute warning going head-to-head. This is an Extreme Rules match, and it's a good thing it is, because neither one of these teams likes to play by the rules and limit their aggressive tendencies.
There is nothing on the minds of these men except dealing as much damage to one another as possible. Both 3-minute warning and the AOP excel at brutalizing their opponents and inflicting massive amounts of pain. But only one of them can be the best at it. We can safely predict that this is going to be an exceptionally gruesome and painful match to watch. AOP and 3-minute warning both love to bring the pain to their opponents, but I'm not sure AOP's ready for the pure chaos that is 3-minute warning. That ability to be totally unpredictable could play in 3-minute warning's favor.
Interesting point, Corey. AOP likes to slowly grind their opponents into dust, but 3-minute warning are always looking for a quick, dominant win.
Rosie and Jamal, Akon and Razor, representing the biggest, most imposing teams WWE has ever seen. Both teams don't care what the motive is, don't care who the target is. Their goal always remains the same, and that is complete destruction of the opposition. We call them equal opportunity ass kickers. The first few rows should take a couple steps back because no one is safe when you're in the vicinity of these teams.
Not the prettiest thing you'll ever see, but it sure looks effective from here.
Ooh, that's not how you're supposed to use a ladder. Looking like John Henry swinging the hammer like that. Stop in the leg.
Rosie and Jamal tell their victims that they will feel the 3-minute warning. What does that mean, Corey?
Well, it means a lot of superstars will get run over by the pain train, and it's only going to feel like the longest 3 minutes of their lives. When you're as big and strong as Rosie and Jamal, that's how quickly it can be over.
Here he comes, sliding back into the ring. And what's this manager looking for under the ring? He has no business down there.
This is just too far. Get some control in there.
Oh, just aggression, just pure brutality.
Come on, easy. Boom, running STO plants him. Nicely done. That table has only one down high.
Taking a flight to nowhere.
Good God, just a disgusting thud over here at ringside.
Just look at the size of all these superstars. The ring had to be reinforced before this match. Over 1,300 combined pounds colliding.
These men are so big and so thick, it's a challenge to wrap your arms around them. It's really just best to find weapons and whack away. Yeah, and there's plenty of weapons to choose from tonight. From the top. Diving headbutt.
He's headed to the top now.
just fell to their demise.
He could be starting to really struggle in this match.
Yeah, but no one has ever won an Extreme Rules match by playing it safe.
This could be it. This could be the end. And a shoulder is lifted before one.
Are you kidding me? Not even a 1 count. Oh my, what a splash! Gut wrench. Oh man! God, disturbing impact.
Just trying to pound their opponent into the ground even further.
Every successive move is putting their opponent in a dicey situation. We knew this would be a grueling from the top. Holy top. Scoreboard line to put this one away. Keeps his team in this one. Wondrous headbutt.
Pay special attention to Rosie in this matchup. 6'5".
Pin, shoulders down. Might put him away right now. No, kick out. Are you kidding me?
Jamal going up.
Up across the shoulder.
Jamal pins the shoulders down.
Cover.
Oh, he gets the shoulder up before 3.
Where in the world is he getting this from? His beating heart will not be stopped.
I can see it in the eyes from here. Disbelief. Unbelievable how this went. Shoulders down. Razor might be down for the count. That stops the count. What a save.
Akam with a rough blow there. Down with the Samoan drop.
And he re-enters into the ring.
What the left? Oh, nothing fancy there.
Got the cover.
Is it enough to close this out?
Rosie and Jamal survive Extreme Rules.
Here are your winners, Rosie and Jamal. 3-minute warning.
Gotta give it up to 3-minute warning. In a contest between two of the most badass squads we've ever seen, they were the tougher competitors. Yeah, but AOP certainly made 3-minute warning earn this win. Just think about all the carnage we witnessed here tonight.
We've come to the part of the showcase where we get to talk about Tamina. Ever since walking in WWE, shoulder to shoulder with the Usos, Tamina's alliance with this dynasty has never been in question.
I remember watching Monday Night Raw and I seen Tamina debut with my brothers. It was a pretty cool, dynamic, right? Two of my brothers and Tamina.
Together, Tamina and the Usos helped each other navigate through a trial-filled first year in WWE, making sure they all survived together. In later years, Tamina has formed alliances with both Naomi and Nia Jax, honoring this family's connection. While Tamina has looked to create her own name in the industry, she has never missed a chance to acknowledge her place in this family either. Trained by Afa and Sika, the wild Samoans, Tamina was instilled with the same instincts that have carried each member of this family to wrestling glory. Her in-ring approach is similar to many in the Bloodline. Quick striking, high-impact attacks, and smothering holds. As capable with a super kick for a big splash as anyone else, Tamina has maintained a remarkable level of success in her WWE career. A constant contender, Tamina has competed for the Women's Championship on many occasions. She's also held the Women's Tag Team Championships along with 9 separate reigns as the 24/7 champion. Tamina has proven capable in any environment against any opponent. Tamina is always the perfect test for a rising contender. Defeating Tamina proves that you're at the top of your game, and she will always expose those who aren't quite ready yet. Taking her lightly is the easiest way to book your visit to the local medical facility. Tamina has taken part in many memorable moments, but in the 2K25 showcase, we're going to give you the chance to make history. In the first ever women's Money in the Bank match, Carmella, of all people, would walk out victorious after letting someone else do all the work. Tamina, Becky Lynch, Natalya, and Charlotte Flair were all robbed of a great opportunity that night by Carmella. So this is your chance to make it right. Showcase Tamina's grit and take out the other 4 ladies in this ladder match to become the first ever winner of the Women's Money in the Bank. Carmella might still sneak out with the win, but if she does, she's doing it on her own because we're not allowing anyone else at ringside for this match in our showcase.
We are making history tonight here in St. Louis, the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
The following is the first ever Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Introducing first, from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair looking to become a Triple Crown champion. Every title, every opportunity she has put in front of herself, she has seized. This is a night where careers change forever.
You're right, Cole. You can feel it. Legends are going to be made. Careers defined. Hearts broken. This is Money in the Bank.
And Byron, Becky Lynch with a very astute point. I rip off arms. You can't exactly climb a ladder with no arms.
To add to that, Michael, I talked to Becky earlier and I asked, are you nervous about this? She said, yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I'm more excited than anything because I get to be part of history.
Becky Lynch, the first woman drafted to SmackDown. First SmackDown Women's Champion. Can she become the first Miss Money in the Bank?
Well, you can feel the excitement the moment they brought out the ladders before the show started. There is a big fight feel right here in St. Louis.
There's a big fight coming. Tamina, perhaps the most dominant superstar in this match.
And I guarantee she is not fazed by taking on 4 different opponents in a ladder match.
From the Pacific Islands, Tamina.
This is a milestone moment that is being watched all over the world.
And Tamina is hoping to live up to her family's legacy. She wants that briefcase. She wants that title. It's in her blood. Mella is money, and she is as confident as ever.
couple of good points recently, saying, I was the last woman drafted in the WWE draft last summer. How big of a chip is on her shoulder?
Oh, she's got a huge chip on her shoulder. And also, don't forget, Carmella has had some major victories lately, so she has all the fuel you could need heading into a match of this type.
Natalya, another superstar who walks into this match thinking she has legacy on her side tonight. Every last woman in this match has chased this opportunity so fiercely. They have chased the championship, perhaps none more so than Natalya.
would certainly go a long way to helping Natalya prove she too is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Winning that briefcase is like taking the proverbial express lane to success.
This new generation of female superstars are providing yet another milestone moment here. Tamina, Charlotte, Carmella, Natalya, and Becky Lynch are going to climb the ladder and retrieve the briefcase, become the first ever Miss Money in the Bank. And looking at the playing field, the majority of these women love to utilize their submission offense to put opponents away.
Tapping someone out won't win this match, but these women should not shy away from using the biggest weapons in their arsenal.
We've heard Becky say she was going to rip arms off tonight. You can't exactly climb a ladder with no arms.
You have to imagine the disdain it takes to repeatedly stop someone like that. And there is no other term for that than just cheap. A cheap shot. Such a dangerous setting for all these superstars. Ladders are everywhere. Each competitor is only limited by their imagination.
Your head has to be on a constant swivel. Ladders will be used as weapons. Anything can happen to get that briefcase.
A contract that can change lives hanging above the ring. Probably the most profitable opportunity in our sport. 15 out of 17 superstars have successfully cashed in the Money in the Bank contract.
A surprise cash-in has only failed once, and the other failed cash-in was alerted to a week in advance. You are almost certain to become the next SmackDown Women's Champion if you grab the contract tonight.
German suplex. Looking for something, anything under the ring.
She's got her chin. I don't think we'll be able to watch what's to come.
Jawbreaker. Call the dentist.
And Carmella is clearly looking for a fight here.
From the top.
These attacks are spelling nothing but trouble. Is there anyone more intimidating in this group than Tamina?
I've said it before. It could be a coming out party for Tamina. This is her time to live up to her family's legacy.
If Tamina wins the contract, it guarantees her first title opportunity in over 2 years.
More than an opportunity, it pretty much guarantees Tamina will become the next women's champion.
And Charlotte's even brought back down to earth there.
Yeah, Tamina displaying a high level of aggression. That'll fillet your chest.
She got put to the test there. Just one right after the other. Can't be stopped. 3 second-generation superstars competing in this match. Carmella, Charlotte, and Tamina. And Natalya, of course, a third-generation superstar. Women bred for these kind of moments.
Any of these women will add a significant chapter to her legacy if she can become the first Miss Money in the Bank.
German suplex. She's ready to take this match to the outside.
Super kick. And that is going to put Tamina out of the equation for a long time.
Reverse DDT.
Right to the kidneys from behind.
Up to the electric chair, down for the drop. no safe haven in this match. These ladders can be your best friend or your worst enemy. There's no allies in this match. It's everyone for herself.
There is no room for friends when history's being made. Not when you can go down in the record books as the first Miss Money in the Bank.
Tamina heading out.
Lift off.
She's bringing the fight outside.
Going down on their opponent like a sack of bricks. Naturally, Tamina going the intimidation route.
Getting the ladder into position here.
Hit the perfect spot, too.
Ladder set right in the middle of the ring. Starts the climb, but needs to move quickly.
Oh, my God.
Flapjack.
Gosh, landing face first.
Straight jacket locked in. Boom, German suplex.
Climbing up, but is there enough time to go for the win? Working on the hook here.
I assure you, this is even harder than it looks.
Trying not to fumble around too much here.
She's tossed right out of the ring. Headed up that ladder. Center of the ring. She's reaching up and trying to unhook it as fast as she can.
Might be a little overzealous going for it here.
Too late to stop now, though.
Money in the Bank briefcase still hanging high. This is what it's all about. The opportunity of a lifetime.
What are you willing to do? How much can you sacrifice to be the first Miss Money in the Bank?
Time is your enemy here. I just don't know if there's enough of it to get it done.
Oh my goodness! Boom! Looks like she wants to take things to the floor here.
Adrenaline pumping. Here she goes. Top rope.
Liz,
Good Lord, taking flight.
that was just incredible hang time.
Was willing to take the high risk to the outside, and it paid off big time.
Boom, what impact.
These are dangerous attacks on their own, but now Charlotte Flair tying up her opponent in the figure 4 leg lock. Can she exacerbate the pain? There it is, figure 8 submission applied.
And you still need to find a...
Now here's
Carmella's eyes are growing wider now. Is this her chance to climb the ladder and become Ms. Money?
Oh, there is no way out of the figure 8. No way at all.
I think you might be mistaken, Saxton. That's right, Carmella. Let her know. Let them all know. You are the most beautiful woman in all of
Figure 8. Get this over.
submission maneuver is locked in. Just sapping her out of energy. She needs to break free and get back in this fight.
Arms trapped, but she gets away.
Forced to the outside. Not a good predicament to be in.
Ooh, dropped right on their face.
And then some late match offense from Tamina.
Yeah, Lynch possibly biting off more than she can chew at this point. Tamina not
Up high.
Ooh, what a response. Flapjack.
Face first.
And Natalia getting taken to her in a major way.
Becky's staying alive, but you just know she's going to be thinking of a way to end all of this as soon as humanly possible.
And that's some late match offense from Tamina.
Yeah, Charlotte has to find a way to shrug off all the pain.
This battle is spilled into the ringside area and is drawing danger
From the apron.
And now that terrible error makes this a critical moment in the match.
She throws her back in.
Elbow throw, saying not today.
Oh no. On a reverse DDT.
Right to the kidneys from behind.
Face first into the chair. Counter from Tamina.
Looks like she's been cut open after that. You hate to see this.
Got the front face lock applied. Nice suplex.
Looks like she's heading back into the ring.
Uh-oh, Dragon Sleeper applied. This could be it. It's got to be a matter of seconds before we hear something pop.
Gotta find a way out. Showing the world just how much fight she's got left.
Becky Lynch suplex rolls through it in this armor. This could be over.
There it is.
Disarm! And she releases her own submission. Not the question as to why she would do that.
This looks like she's setting the foundation for a masterfully laid trap.
One-handed suplex. It's beyond electric in here. This energy is on another level.
Brutal face buster.
And she just avoided some serious damage.
Clubbing blow.
A jumping headbutt.
Painful attack focused on the chest. Charlotte Flair with a trademark chopping.
Now Natalya set to the outside with authority.
The Queen has put an opponent in the dirt, and now the ladder to her throne awaits.
And Lynch gets stonewalled.
Has control of it. All the way up and all the way down. Follow-away slam. Nice kick out.
And the Queen hits a spear. The boat, Natalya, doing what she does best. Sharpshooter applied.
Got the submission, but that's not...
And look at her giving up. She's quitting, but it doesn't save her from the hold here.
Packed crowd on their toes. This is what it is all about.
A little rope assistance, punishing their opponent.
It sounded rough.
And there was some force on that move.
Just remember the attacks to the head like that. Nice reversal by Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte driving Tamina, and both tumble to the floor.
Both women crashing down hard. The Queen, Charlotte Flair, the first to her feet, surveying the situation.
Oh my God, Tamina into the steps.
Well, you are seeing a heightened level of aggression, heightened level of intensity from all these competitors because of the stakes involved.
Guys, where's Charlotte going?
Flair looking to up the ante now from the top.
Oh my goodness, taking out everybody.
The Queen rising to the occasion.
What you just saw is why we say Charlotte is genetically superior.
Yeah, undeniable athleticism from the Queen. Can it pave her way to the top of the ladder?
Here we go, Byron.
Samoa drop.
This can't bode well.
Oh my, what a splash.
Tamina wipes out an opponent, but can she seize the opportunity and grab the briefcase?
Tamina's absolutely wrecking. The Queen stepping through. Here's the figure four.
Yeah, now she's got to bridge into the figure eight if she can do it. She's going to put this one away, and there it is. Let's go for submission hold.
Not sure what she's got planned here.
Up and
Wheelbarrow face buster.
Man, doing some more damage right to her rib area.
Oh, what a smash.
That is just insulting.
Clearing off the announce table. This can't be good.
nothing but bad intentions in mind, I'm sure.
From the middle rope. Oh, what a splash.
And Carmella with a takedown looking for...
This is dangerous. This is frightening. Oh, my God.
She decides to just let go, but why let go of the submission?
Not a strategy we often expect to see.
Stiff headbutt. Headed up that ladder. Center of the ring. And she's positioning the ladder perfectly in the center of the ring there.
Ladder's in position. Gonna make the climb.
Reaching for the prize.
Slow and steady won't win the race in this situation.
Tamina has it.
That's it. Tamina has the briefcase. Tamina is Miss Money in the Bank.
The winner of the Money in the Bank contract and the first ever Miss Money in the Bank, Tamina!
Any member of this family that enters the professional wrestling business knows about the expectations that are going to be on their back. They know about the prestige that their very name carries. They know that those who came before them have accomplished so much. Bearing the weight of those legacies can prove to be way too much for almost anyone. But that was never the case for Jimmy and Jey Uso. Jimmy and Jey Uso looked to be stars from the very start, constantly evolving their look, style, and offense as they progressed in their careers. Face paint and war dances would fade away, and the two would embrace the day one-ish mentality, looking to punish opponents and send them to the Uso penitentiary. The Usos are 8-time WWE Tag Team Champions. The Usos have main evented WrestleMania after initially fighting for a mere spot on the card. The Usos were the premier team of the 2010s. The Usos are the greatest team of all time. Jimmy and Jey are poetry in motion, each knowing what the other is looking to do next, each using every bit of savvy they gained growing up in professional wrestling to keep their edge. And sure, in recent years, it's been difficult between the two. Jimmy did cost Jey his match at SummerSlam against your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. After months of the anger building between the two, Jimmy and Jey ended up as the first two entrants in the 2024 Royal Rumble match, bringing things to a head. But even that moment wasn't enough to settle the issue, and so they would fight again at WrestleMania 40. Jey Uso truly became main event and found his inner yeet, even adding another tag team championship with Cody Rhodes as his partner. As your wise man eventually would suffer as well, Jimmy found himself betrayed by Solo Sikoa and unceremoniously dumped out of Solo's version of the Bloodline. When Jimmy and Jey are a tag team, they are pure art. They are the reason for the resurgence of tag team wrestling's popularity over the last 15 years. And perhaps, oh, perhaps, their grandest moment came during the 2017 Hell in a Cell, when they would lock horns with perhaps their greatest opposition ever, The New Day. From July to October of that year, the SmackDown Tag Team titles would change hands 4 times between the two teams, both looking for ultimate bragging rights. The Usos' connection as twins always gave them an upper hand with most teams. But the New Day had their own trick, utilizing the Freebird rule to allow any 2 of the 3 members to compete in any match. Jimmy and Jey could never know for sure who the opponents would be, with a different game plan needed for each iteration. With nothing clearly settled after 4 months, the New Day would offer to defend inside Hell in a Cell, and the Usos gladly accepted. We've seen the Usos showcase tag team wrestling at its most beautiful. Now we want you to showcase the brutality that exists within hell in a cell. Big E and Xavier Woods are going to use everything at their disposal to take you down. But you've been down since day one. Now it's time to force the New Day to realize there's nothing wrong with them being in second place. And there's nothing that's stopping you inside hell in a cell.
Don't you dare be sour! Clap for your world-famous four-time champs and feel the power! It's a new day, yes it is!
Are you prepared to kick off Hell in a Cell with the four-time tag team champions?
The following contest is a tag team Hell in a Cell match and is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship and accompanied by Kofi Kingston at a combined weight of 490 pounds. The SmackDown Tag Team Champions Xavier Woods and Big E, the New Day.
Well, I can't say that I'm ever prepared for a man swiveling his hips and playing the trombone on the way to the biggest fight of his life.
This is our first Hell in a Cell match of the night. The New Day actually requested this match to defend their tag titles.
Who would have thought 4 months ago when this rivalry began that it would end once and for all inside Hell in a Cell?
The New Day about to make it evident that the time for fun and games is over.
This is the first time that tag titles will ever be defended inside Hell in a Cell.
And at a combined weight of 493 pounds, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos!
Tonight in Detroit, the Usos welcoming New Day into the penitentiary. This is going to be like a Chow Hall beatdown.
In every sport, you hear about super teams. Well, tonight, we're seeing 2 super teams on the modern era. This is going to be special.
It's not paranoia. It's the
Tornado tag rules here, gentlemen. 2-on-2 as Kofi is going to be locked outside the structure.
Pinfall or submission needs to happen in the ring, but we all know this fight's going to go everywhere before that happens.
There you see what it's all about. Tag Team Gold. The cell door is locked. First of 2 Hell in a Cell matches tonight in Detroit. This is the 20th anniversary of this barbaric match. The Usos and the New Day must be prepared for pain and punishment.
2 of the greatest tag teams ever. One of the best rivalries going today. It all comes to a head right now for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
New Day refer to this as their power lineup when having Big E involved in there with Xavier Woods.
Big E, the obvious powerhouse of the group. Woods has that blend of speed and power, making him the most well-rounded superstar for New Day.
What's interesting, though, is this is the lineup that lost to the Usos at SummerSlam. The New Day not not choosing Big E and Kofi to beat the Usos a few weeks ago could prove to be costly.
Jimmy Uso with a well-timed shot. Corey, for as entertaining as the New Day are, they can scrap with the best of them. Remember that.
Look, don't let the booty-os and trombones fool you. New Day can get down and dirty, especially when they have the Usos pushing them. New Day are prepared for an all-out brawl tonight.
And the action is shifted now into that dangerous area between the ring and the walls of the cell.
Oh! Ooh, that'll rattle you.
The Usos following in the footsteps of many great family tag teams, the Steiner brothers, the Head Shrinkers, who of course Jay and Jimmy's own father was a member of.
Would be a very proud moment for the Anoa'i family if the Usos can capture their 5th tag team championship here.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree for Jay and Jimmy. Just a factory of the elite specimens come from the Anoa'i blood.
I have a feeling the Usos' objective is to send the New Day to the hospital.
Well, two teams so familiar with each other, some innovation with weapons almost becomes a necessity.
Oh! Right across the throat.
Corey, a few weeks ago, we saw the New Day walk out of SmackDown as champs in a street fight, a match the Usos handpicked, but this environment is totally different.
There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I think the New Day played right into the Usos' hand when they selected this match. Jimmy and Jay have a street mentality. They're perfectly equipped to turn Hell in a Cell into the Uso penitentiary, taking the wind out of the stomp to the solar plexus. Stunts.
Pin to decide the championship. Shoulder shoots up before 2.
It's hard to believe, but it looks like he still has some gas left in the tank. All the way up for a suplex. No. Wiggles free. Chop block. Uso. Uso with the Uso splash.
Will that be enough to win the title?
Looking for the pin. And the Usos are 5-time tag team champions.
Here are your winners, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos.
Hell in a Cell just became the Uso penitentiary.
It was barbaric. It was volatile.
It lived up to the hype is what it did. The two greatest tag teams in the entire industry, raising the bar of competition inside the demonic structure.
Remember, this match is under Tornado Tag Team rules. A 2-on-2 match where the pinfall or submission has to happen inside the ring. In the Hell in a Cell, no tags, no countouts, no disqualification.
The Usos and the New Day came into this match expecting and prepared to raise the bar, raise the level of competition, and make history. This is going to be unforgettable.
New Day refer to this as their power lineup when having Big E involved in there with Xavier Woods.
Big E, the obvious powerhouse in the group. Woods has that blend of speed and power, making him the most well-rounded superstar for New Day.
What's interesting, though, is this is the lineup that lost to the Usos at SummerSlam. The New Day not choosing Big E and Kofi to beat the Usos a few weeks ago could prove to be costly.
Oh, that might have just broken something loose. This cell is meant to contain all these superstars, but that's not to say this cell can't inflict unimaginable damage on those who step inside. We're going to see these teams tap into their barbaric nature.
20 years of Hell in a Cell, and this structure still surprises me with the ways it can torture every part of your anatomy.
All the talking we've heard leading into this match, we've heard the Usos call the New Day, quote, 3 clowns on a tricycle.
Look, the Usos love the trash talk, but they deliver. And don't act like the New Day don't throw verbal jabs either. We had Big E earlier saying how he's going to drop some gloom and doom of biblical proportions. A prophecy Big E is fully capable of backing to. The champ creating some distance with that move.
It's Solo's coming there.
Oh, bam! Stomp to the guts. Oh. himself to injury.
Goes under the ropes and into the ring. The Usos and the New Day have had such a back-and-forth competition within the tag team division. You can just look at these teams' title reigns, their dominance.
It tells you these are the two best teams that WWE has had in a long time. And while I do believe there's an underlying mutual respect, we won't be seeing it tonight because these are two very proud teams who feel incomplete.
Ducks the clothesline. Turn around. Any combination here. What a moves. No, a kick out.
I didn't think this match was close to over. Drops the hammer right on the lower back.
I don't know what they're looking for here. From way
And he now slides back into the ring.
elbow drop. Corey, a few weeks ago, we saw the New Day walk out of SmackDown as champs in a street fight, a match the Usos handpicked, but this environment is totally different.
There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I think the New Day played right into the Usos' hand when they selected this match. Jimmy and Jay have a street mentality. They're perfectly equipped to turn Hell in a Cell into the Uso penitentiary.
Oh, propped up in the corner. Out of a small way back.
Looking to explore every inch of hell here now. For the title, new champ. He breaks up the pin just in time. And this one could be moving to ringside.
Oh, Big E avoids contact.
The Usos following the footsteps of many great family tag teams, the Steiner Brothers, the Head Shrinkers, who of course Jay and Jimmy's own father was a member of.
Would be a very proud moment for the Anoa'i family if the Usos can capture their 5th tag team championship here.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree for Jay and Jimmy. Just a factory of the elite. Crucifix.
It's coming in.
Shoulders down.
Quick kick out.
Don't know how he can't get more than a 1 count at this point.
Getting back into the ring now. Oh, ouch.
Using the ropes.
These attacks are clearly adding up on the champion.
And seeing that you're surrounded by the steel cell can't be adding any comfort.
I have a feeling the Usos' objective is to send the New Day to the hospital.
Well, two teams so familiar with each other. Some innovation with weapons.
Woods top rope with the
Misses big time.
Hooked up. DDT.
Strong knee connects.
The champ struggling to stay on the defensive there.
Hell in a Cell isn't just about trying to win the match, it's about struggling to survive.
Look at this.
Snap suplex. Flying. Axe handle from the middle rope.
Maneuvers out of the way.
Oh, kick connects.
Right in the jaw.
What a shot. Oh, headbutt. Boom. Lifts their opponent's legs. That's a free fall.
Jey Uso feeling confident, not backing down even a little bit here.
He's heading back to the ring.
Will he get on with it already? This is a fight. And well-timed maneuver there. The champ in a very bad way.
Yeah, he's on his back foot now. I don't see things turning around in his favor.
A sound suplex. Jimmy Uso commanding respect from all of the WWE Universe. DDT. Oh, man.
Elbow drop. The champ getting closer and closer to being put away.
Taking on so much offense. You gotta worry about the lingering effects.
A lot of damage being piled on the champ.
I'm positive this wasn't in his game plan. But if he wants to survive this match, he needs to come up with a new plan ASAP.
And Xavier Woods reverses. Point of the elbow, nailed it.
DDT! Talk about devastation.
Wow, leg sweep. Slides under the ropes. Back into the ring. Oh, kick right to the gut.
Oh, he's
punching the right arm.
Just pounding away right to the face.
My God. Another attack to the head and looking a little dazed.
Ooh, what a punch.
That's how you stop your opponent. Dominating shoulder tackle.
The challenger looking fairly run down at this stage.
The effects of the cell come for everyone. You can only stay safe for so long. Getting tossed.
The champ goes for the cover. The challenger forces a shoulder up.
I'm just as shocked as everyone else, Cole. His opponent included.
He gets back into the ring.
Strong impact.
In kick right to the gut. Usos and New Day going at it inside Hell in a Cell, and Jey Uso set outside the ring, and now the New Day on the attack. Big E, as aggressive as I've ever seen him here tonight. And Xavier Woods now with toys, kendo sticks in hand.
And it's about to get more aggressive, more vicious, more barbaric. I've never seen this vicious of a side from the New Day. It's what Hell in a Cell does to you.
Oh, now with the kendo sticks, Xavier Woods unloading. Well, you're saying it, Byron. Hell in a Cell makes you do some awful things. Just attempting to survive, attempting to win.
Do whatever you want, punish however you want. Right now, that seems to be the mission statement of the New Day in order to retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles.
And that's what it's about, proving you're the best in one of the most insane environments in WWE today. The New Day have just changed the whole complexion of this match. I don't know if I've seen New Day go to these lengths before.
Well, no time to be a jovial bunch when you're in a cell, Michael. Tonight, it's not about entertaining. It's about putting your sworn enemy to rest for good.
The Usos and the New Day have been trading title reigns for the majority of the year now. This, the contractual rematch for the Usos. If they lose, the Usos won't get another opportunity for the titles as long as the New Day are champs.
And just pin. Title in the balance. He's already done so much damage. What else could he want to do?
Into the ring again now. Out of the ring, still surrounded by the hell that is the steel structure.
These four men looking to destroy one another in the name of being called Tag Team Champion. Bodies radiating in pain. Both these teams must be exhausted. Uso splash! Innovative offense from the Usos could end it all right here.
Cover. And the Usos are 5-time tag team champions.
Here are your winners and the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Remember, this match is under Tornado Tag Team rules, a 2-on-2 match where the pinfall or submission has to happen inside the ring. In the Hell in a Cell, no tags, no countouts, no disqualification.
The Usos and the New Day came into this match expecting and prepared to raise the bar, raise the level of competition, and make history. This
The cell door is locked. First of two Hell in a Cell matches tonight in Detroit. This is the 20th anniversary of this barbaric match. The Usos and the New Day must be prepared for pain, punishment.
Two of the greatest tag teams ever. One of the best rivalries going today. It all comes to a head right now for the...
The cell door is locked. First of two Hell in a Cell matches tonight in Detroit. This is the 20th anniversary of this barbaric match. The Usos and the New Day must be prepared for pain and punishment.
Two of the greatest tag teams ever. One of the best rivalries going today. It all comes to a head right now for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
So many amazing matches between these two teams. They said it this past week on SmackDown. No matter where we are, we put on a show.
The Usos and New Day have a unified goal to raise the bar of tag team competition, to bring the division to a whole other level.
You know, in basketball, they talk about super teams. Well, these two teams are the proverbial super teams in WWE.
DDT!
Talk about devastation.
Now the setup in the corner of the ring. Snap super.
Big E able to get out of the way.
Punch right in the head.
He answers right back. The Usos following the footsteps of many great family tag teams, the Steiner Brothers, the Head Shrinkers, who of course Jay and Jimmy's own father was a member of.
It would be a very proud moment for the Anarati family if the Usos can capture their 5th tag team championship here.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree for Jay and Jimmy. Just a factory. The elite specimens come from the Hawaii group.
Corey, for as entertaining as the New Day are, they can scrap with the best of them. Remember that.
Look, don't let the booty-os and trombones fool you. New Day can get down and dirty, especially when they have the Usos pushing them. New Day are prepared for an all-out brawl tonight.
And here he is, heading back into the ring.
What a headbutt. Vicious.
New Day refer to this as their power lineup when having Big E involved in there with Xavier Woods.
Big E, the obvious powerhouse of the group. Woods has that blend of speed and power, making him the most well-rounded superstar for New Day.
What's interesting, though, is this is the lineup that will... Here it comes. Stay away from the worm. The tequila sunrise.
Well, that was a great counter to the single leg crab.
They got the power on display with the military press, followed by the gut check.
Pin attempt by the champion. And a kick out before. Even one there.
Not even a near fall there.
Suplex. Corey, a few weeks ago, we saw the New Day walk out of SmackDown as champs in a street fight. A match the Usos handpicked, but this environment is totally different.
There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I think the New Day played right into the Usos' hand when they selected this match. Jimmy and Jay have a street mentality. They're perfectly equipped to turn Hell in a Cell into the Uso penitentiary.
Heading back to the ring.
Boom!
Out of the ring to the confines of the chain link enclosure.
DDT! He's thinking a steel chair is just what he needs to wreak some havoc here.
Usos and New Day going at it inside Hell in a Cell, and Jey Uso set outside the ring, and now the New Day on the attack. Big E, as aggressive as I've ever seen him here tonight. And Xavier Woods now with toys, kendo sticks in hand.
And it's about to get more aggressive, more vicious, more barbaric. I've never seen this vicious of a side from the New Day.
It's what Hell in a Cell does to you.
Oh, now with the kendo sticks, Xavier Woods unloading. Well, you're saying it, Byron. Hell in a Cell makes you do some awful things. Just attempting to survive, attempting to win.
Do whatever you want. Punish however you want. Right now, that seems to be the mission statement of the New Day in order to retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles.
And that's what it's about, proving you're the best in one of the most insane environments in WWE today. The New Day have just changed the whole complexion of this match. I don't know if I've seen New Day go to these lengths before.
Well, no time to be a jovial bunch when you're in a cell, Michael. Tonight, it's not about entertaining. It's about putting your sworn enemy to rest for good. Boom!
The Usos and the New Day have been trading title reigns for the majority of the year now. This, the contractual rematch for the Usos. If they lose, the Usos won't get another opportunity for the titles as long as the New Day are champs.
And just being around the Usos, it's not only about winning the tag team titles, it's about stripping the New Day of everything that made them popular with the WWE Universe. It's about making sure the New Day never competes again.
It's never been just about the title, Saxton. It's about these two teams wanting to claim supremacy for themselves.
This might be it.
Makes the save, and they continue this match.
Talking to Xavier, he told me the one thing the Usos have taught us is that we have to embrace a more lawless culture here in WWE. A more lawless culture in this rivalry.
And that could be the reason the New Day chose to have this match in the Hell in a Cell. It's been such a chaotic rivalry. Therefore, only this kind of lawless match could finally put an end to it for good.
Jay is in a very vulnerable position here. Big E with the big ending. The New Day might be on the verge of retaining. What? What just... I can't...
Agreed, Saxton. Looks like there's no limit to how much damage this superstar can absorb.
There's no smile on Big E's face right now after that kick out. He knows he has to be all business and slides back into the ring. Down with a suplex. And there goes Jimmy Uso, sent to the outside hard.
Has it hooked in and got a small package driver. Could be game over for the Usos.
This puts the pressure back on the champion.
Can the champion respond with their back against the wall?
And Woods has tried everything to get the fall, but his opponent is not going down quietly. Suplex, crack in the head.
Able to avoid damage with an evasive maneuver.
Hit drop. I would wait to see that.
Uso splash.
Innovative offense from the Usos could end it all right here.
Ooh, stop to the tummy.
Tommy, pin. Champ's in trouble.
Kick from behind. Ouch. Fatigue is setting in for the challenger.
Looks like the gas tank is running pat.
Shoulders are down. To retain. The challenger fending off the 2 count.
Somehow still has the energy for a quick kick out.
Just like that, sent out of the ring. And he comes in under the ropes now.
Big E firing up. Oh, man.
Fights back.
Steel chair to the temple.
And now Jay gaining another wind with that attack.
Woods needs to flip the switch or risk losing this one.
Man, being carried around now. Oh, an uppercut.
Might have lost a tooth.
Pinpointing the trachea. Biggie.
Biggie on the receiving end. action is shifting now into that dangerous area between the ring and the walls of the cell.
And looking to cause some damage by attacking the skull. Bringing a steel chair into play here.
What a punch. Evil here connects. Swing on sight and don't stop swinging till it's over. The Usos being relentless in their punishment.
Woods gets him back.
Super kick finds the mark.
It's been getting nasty between the New Day and the Usos for months. The Hell in a Cell is just amplifying the fact.
We've said it time and time again. These two teams bring the best out of each other.
Dropped with a suplex.
And Jimmy and Big E slugging it out middle of the ring. This has been a vicious, brutal match between two of the great tag teams today.
Here comes Jey Uso into the fray alongside of his brother.
Bang! Double super kick.
And the Usos now looking for that patented Uso splash from the top rope.
Uso splash. The cover to win the tag team titles, and Woods handcuffs it all, breaks it up.
At the last possible second, Xavier Woods saving this match for his team.
Credit to Woods for his never say die attitude. But Xavier Woods is outgunned right now.
And look at Woods still fighting back.
Yeah, with the handcuffs. Using the handcuffs as a weapon.
That's smart.
And Woods now down. And trying to still fight back. What heart from Xavier Woods.
That Hart may not have much more fight left. Jimmy and Jey back up to the top one more time.
Uso splash in stereo. The cover. The Usos win the tag team titles. Here are your winners and the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos.
Next on our showcase is someone who wasn't born into this family, but has put in the time and more than earned her spot. She's always happy to leave haters in the rear view, and when she enters the room, you will undoubtedly feel the glow. Of course, I'm talking about Naomi, who many of you may know has reigned as Jimmy Uso's wife and queen for over 10 years. There's the old saying that behind every good man is an even better woman, and this could not ring more true than Naomi, who I will say is an absolute treasure. Jimmy will frequently speak during old Bloodline planning sessions about how much her support and love drove him to improve as a superstar, always stressing her importance not only to the WWE Women's Division, but to his career and his life as well. In the ring, there is no denying Naomi's skills. The former women's tag team and two-time SmackDown Women's Champion has the mental tenacity to push through the toughest part of any match and possesses breathtaking physical skills. Naomi uses her dancing background to constantly innovate with her offense, resulting in some of the most beautiful moves you will ever see, unless you're on the receiving end of them. Naomi is an inspiration to so many of our younger members of the WWE Universe, showing a new generation that anything is possible if you just put in the work and never stop believing in yourself. Naomi has battled against the very best in the women's division, taking on foes like Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Shayna Baszler, and Io Sky.
My favorite moment of Naomi was when she won the title in her hometown, Orlando, at WrestleMania.
To compete against that caliber and maintain the level of success that Naomi has for her entire WWE career is something worth, shall I dare say, acknowledging. Naomi has even teamed with fellow family member Tamina through the years, proving the family you choose can often be the most important. And in true Uso fashion, Naomi shows an unrelenting desire to win, to achieve greatness, and to dominate her opposition. Many mistake her smile as a sign of kindness, but they quickly realize their mistake as Naomi unleashes a flurry of kicks, flies at them with moonsaults from all angles, and then ties them up in knots. Naomi is having fun, but Naomi is never playing. And now, we take you back to the 2020 edition of Super Showdown, which saw Naomi challenge Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Unfortunately, a ridiculously lax referee decided it was just fine for Bayley to basically do whatever the hell she wanted.
Bayley, oh my gosh, she's trapping Naomi's legs and in her shirt.
And Naomi wound up suffering an embarrassing loss after Bayley used wardrobe to her advantage. Well, Bayley, we can pretty much guarantee that trick won't work again. This is your chance to help guide Naomi to a third SmackDown Women's Championship, and to do it by defeating one of the greatest competitors WWE has ever seen. Your wise man has nothing but respect and admiration for Bayley's abilities, but those abilities are eclipsed by Naomi's extraordinary trinity: smarts, strength, and aerial attacks that should give all of you everything you need to get the win and the title.
Saxton, why don't you blow home?
No, get up, Corey. When asked earlier this week about this matchup, Naomi said it is an honor to be here, an honor to make history, because for the first time ever, a women's championship will be defended in Saudi Arabia.
Naomi certainly has momentum on her side, and as we've seen in recent weeks, it appears as though Bayley has at least a healthy respect for Naomi.
Well, so much of Naomi's career has been predicated on making history. You think back to Naomi being the winner of the inaugural WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, being the first African-American SmackDown Women's Champion, and tonight, once again, an opportunity to make history in her career.
asked about this history-making match tonight, she said, of course I'm part of this, because history is made by winners. And I'm going to become a role model for everyone here tonight in Saudi Arabia and for everyone around the entire world.
I asked Bayley her thoughts on this match, and she said, new country, same sheep. Bayley is nothing if not confident headed into this match.
Oh, and everything you just said is indicative of the new attitude, the new personality of Bayley.
Bayley has been SmackDown Women's Champion for a record-setting 279 days. She's won every title available in WWE. The NXT Women's Championship, the Raw Women's Championship, the two-time SmackDown Women's Champion, a Tag Team Champion, a Money in the Bank winner. Bayley's accomplished it all. But the one thing Bayley has never done in her career, she's never beat Naomi. And believe me, that is a huge point of confidence for Naomi and a huge pressure on the champion.
What an exciting moment for both of these competitors tonight, but once the bell rings, it's down to business. The SmackDown Women's Championship is on the line.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Introducing the challenger from Orlando, Florida, Naomi. And her opponent from San Jose, California, she is the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley.
For the first time ever, we have a women's championship match here in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia. Bayley against Naomi. Will Bayley's record-setting reign end here tonight? Guys, a very important component of this match. Bayley has won every title available in WWE. Bayley has accomplished it all. But the one thing Bayley has never done in her career, she's never beaten Naomi.
And believe me, that is a huge point of confidence for Naomi and a huge pressure on Bayley.
Yeah, but Bayley thrives under pressure. Her resume speaks for itself.
We've said it time and time again. Naomi may be the most athletic woman we've ever seen compete here in WWE.
Yeah, Naomi wants to depend on athletic maneuvers, while Bayley wants to be more methodical and fight a more classic wrestling style. This athleticism is off the charts.
Leg drop! Climbing up, she got something big planned here. Diving leg drop. And Bayley's having trouble managing his onslaught.
Naomi picking up the pace against Bayley and keeping her all out of sorts.
Naomi has tested her mettle in recent weeks, as the road to this championship opportunity was a difficult one. Needed to defeat former SmackDown Women's Champion Carmella. We know Naomi has a heavy desire to become a three-time Women's Champion.
Other superstars say they want the title. Naomi has said she needs her title back.
We know that Naomi's going to want to pick up the pace in this match, but Bayley's going to look to wear Naomi down.
Yeah, Bayley's going to want to slow down the pace and let the adrenaline...
That's big and pays for it.
This can't be good.
They just missed wildly.
Took the high risk, but unfortunately, no reward.
Stops that offense from connecting.
Oh, look at head scissor. And you still feel the glow when the lights are out?
Bayley having every reason to be confident heading into this matchup. But 279 days as champion, Corey, can take a toll on you. Bayley has been...
Take off.
Ooh, she puts the brakes on that.
Soaring.
Diving crossbody.
Momentum is really on Naomi's side. And Naomi continues to somehow have Bayley's number here. What a head scissor takeover.
Ooh, what a damaging blow. What an uppercut.
So impactful.
Bayley sent to the outside. Heading to the top now.
The 1-2 punch of high risk, high reward. Naomi going for broke. And this high-risk offense from the challenger might be catching the champion by surprise.
The challenger being the aggressor here, but remember, the title can only be won by pinfall or submission inside the ring. Shot block!
And Bayley's resolve might be wavering here.
Bayley's being cut off at every pass.
Naomi finds her target. Bayley versus Naomi. SmackDown Women's Championship on the line.
So much of Naomi's career has been predicated on making history. And tonight, she has the opportunity to make even more history.
And Naomi's got plenty of momentum coming into this match and is feeling mighty confident herself.
Hits the drop kick. Bayley having every reason to be confident heading into this matchup. But 279 days as champion, Corey, can take a toll on you. Bayley has been carrying an exhausting weight on her shoulder for a long time.
I don't think it's anything Bayley can't handle, Cole. Once you reach the mountaintop, you plant your feet and you hold your ground, no matter how heavy the burden may get.
Here's Bayley landing hard on the outside. Perched up top. You gotta be kidding me.
From all the way up, wasted no time, flying out to the floor.
Naomi going for broke. And this high-risk offense from the challenger might be catching the champion by surprise.
The challenger being the aggressor here, but remember, the title can only be won by pinfall or submission inside the ring.
And Naomi has been quick to take to social media lately, reminding everybody that Bayley has never beaten her one-on-one.
Yeah, not so subtle reminder to Bayley, who has been very insulting, very humiliating to a lot of people in WWE.
And that attitude is why Naomi wants to dethrone Bayley, take the SmackDown Women's Championship away from her, and maybe help her.
Look out, it's on now.
Now the competitor is backing down. Putting blow to the back.
Gets driven into the corner.
Bayley left an opening for the counter. And Naomi keeping Bayley. Guys, a very important component of this match. Bayley has won every title available in WWE. Bayley has accomplished it all. But the one thing Bayley has never done in her career, she's never beaten Naomi.
And believe me, that is a huge point of confidence for Naomi, and a huge pressure on Bayley.
Yeah, but Bayley thrives under pressure. Her resume speaks for itself.
Looking to go up high.
Look out below!
Putting it all on the line and coming up big with a breathtaking move. Naomi going for broke. And this high-risk offense from the challenger might be catching the champion by surprise.
The challenger being the aggressor here, but remember, the title can only be won by pinfall or submission inside the ring.
Oh, come on. This is just ridiculous now. Pay attention to your opponent. God. We've said it time and time again. Naomi, maybe the most athletic woman we've ever seen compete here in WWE.
Yeah, Naomi wants to depend on athletic maneuvers, while Bayley wants more methodical and fight a more classic wrestling style.
A factor to consider in this match is that Naomi took some time off to rejuvenate herself, to get her mind right, to refocus on her desire to once again be champion here in WWE. So this isn't necessarily the same Naomi the WWE Universe or Bayley is used to.
And Naomi says that after taking time off, she's better physically and mentally than she's ever been in her career. Momentum is really on Naomi's side.
Naomi picking up the pace against Bayley and keeping her all out of sorts.
And she wisely heads back to the ring.
Drop kick. Beautiful. What a double axe handle.
And Naomi keeping Bayley on her toes, pushing the pace on the champion.
Naomi moving fast, showing that superior athleticism. Bayley might not be able to keep up here.
Kick to the body into
Code red.
And I think it was you, Byron, who asked Bayley if she changed. And she said, I didn't change. I just did what I had to do, and look what I've done.
Well, you're right. Love it or hate it, Bayley's doing what she's had to do by hook or by crook to maintain a stranglehold on the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Bayley fending that off. One answer after another. Neither competitor giving an inch.
And Bayley is really being knocked around here.
And Naomi continues to somehow have Bayley's number here.
What a reversal. Ooh, she counters right back on Bayley.
Atomic drop.
Wow, look at that agility.
She's going up now, going up high.
Diving leg drop. And here she goes again. Has another one coming.
Look out.
Oh, what a leg drop. Took a gamble once, took a gamble again, and hit the jackpot twice. And she's set right into that corner.
Sending her up on the top rope. And here we go. Championship's on the line. Naomi's got Bayley in trouble up on the top rope. This could be Naomi's moment.
Smart move by Bayley, protecting her title and going to the eyes.
Oh, what a kick. Bayley is down and in trouble.
Quick thinking by Naomi, looking to close this one out.
Nobody home. Bayley wisely moves out of harm's way. What's Bayley trying to do here?
What the?
I think Bayley's trying to trap Naomi's legs in Naomi's own shirt.
A great counter by Naomi. Naomi ducks underneath, and we got a standoff. Great match so far.
Well, Bayley thought she had Naomi, but the challenger was ready.
Well, the champion has to find a new strategy in a hurry.
And Naomi has taken the upper hand.
Naomi can't be stopped right now. Oh, with a stunner. That was the best one I've ever seen.
Naomi, feel the glow. She releases the hold.
No harm in changing things up if a submission isn't working the way you want it to.
Challenger clearing a path to the title. The cover.
Now we get it. We have a new champion. Here is your winner and the new SmackDown Women's Champion, Naomi.
Bayley's stranglehold on the SmackDown Women's Championship has ended. The Glow era has begun.
Bayley was as aggressive in this match as she's ever been, but Naomi's confidence